Hey guys, welcome to another episode with Run with Mike. Today within our do's and don'ts and how to rebuild stuff. I call this the fix it section. So I recently had my little man build his own shocks and they were leaking like crazy. And if you don't understand why you were leaking or why shocks were leaking, it's a good opportunity and good learning experience to go back and retrace your steps of what's going on. With ElementEnduro and a lot of other products that are out there, you could easily get confused and swap out and interchange parts one for another. So it is important that you do have a caliper. It is most recommended that you get a caliper. You get one of these at AutoZones for like 15 bucks for your basic day-to-day use when you're building an RC. So definitely invest the 15 bucks. You know, you're spending hundreds of dollars on your RC, so getting one of these is essential and crucial for your ready to run builds, or even if you're going to go with the custom build. So a lot of I'm gonna be posting a lot of do's and don'ts of RC building here. So hopefully just follow along, enjoy our episodes, and we'll go from there. If you're also interested, and we got some bashing videos, got lots of tips and tricks of of the trait. So let's enjoy the journey together, guys. So we're working on the Team Element or Team Factory Team shocks from ElementEnduro. These are awesome shocks. I love them. I run them on my 10-2. If you have a ready to run, you notice that a lot of those shocks do they leak a lot. So nice little upgrade would be these. Invest yourself into $8 shocks and you get a hell of a performance out of this. So what ended up happening is that my little man ended up, like I said, interchanging the parts. And it's very easy if you're not really paying attention, if you're not really focused, you can actually swap out the parts and miss something. So let me show you. So as you could tell, there's two rings. At a quick glance, and you can't really tell the difference. You're like, oh, what's the difference, right? But if you take a look at the instructions here from Element, it doesn't say specifically. It tells you the O-ring shock cap, right? But it doesn't tell you the size. Now, down here, down on gate 3, it goes over one of the O-rings that you should be using, but it doesn't tell you what size particularly. Now, it does say large, but if you're not careful, and again, they put this up here, you just put a regular old shock cap. So you don't know if it's going to be the big one or the small one. So it's one of those things where you kind of figure out, hey, you know what? Let me read ahead first, learn my lesson, and then go back. So when you are building these, be very careful that there are two sets of O-rings. When installing this onto the top of the cap, make sure you're using the smaller one. The bigger one is going to go in here, and I'll show that in just a minute. Now, the smaller O-ring or washer or rubber washer is going to go on top of this cap, okay? The bigger one is going to go inside this groove. All right, now once you have it all built, you should have a nice little closed seal with a little bit of pushback, not too much, just a little bit, all right? Let me see how that little pushback is going, nice and even. And then once you get that built, put everything together, and you got a nice solid shock here, ready to go. Now I did remember told you guys about investing into one of these. In the manual, it does say to make sure you got that spacing of 3.5. How are you gonna measure if you don't have one of these tools? You need this. So you go ahead and measure it out. It's a $15-20 investment. There's probably find one on Amazon, but I'll put the link below. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and get that little chime bell for any upcoming videos that I might be posting, tips and tricks, and how to fix your RC. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I hope this was helpful.